how are you? Steven? Carol keeps coming in and out.
Doing good. How are y'all?
Good. I believe we have a quorum, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I think Bob is running a little bit late. Councilman Seekings will not be here. It's his mom's 90th birthday. And it's also Jerry joins us at some point. It's his birthday today. And it's also my mom's birthday.
Oh my goodness. Lucky star is dead.
Good evening, Mayor.
Hello.
Hey, how are you? How are you?
Good.
Hi. You are reminded? Yeah, thank you.
This is Sharon on the phone, and happy birthdays to go around some momentous occasions being celebrated today.
What was that?
So this is Sharon on the phone, 404. I was just saying
Yes.
some momentous celebrations today. Wow.
It's a lot of birthdays.
Little did we know.
Are you bringing the cake, Sharon?
That's why I'm home. In the oven.
Sharon. Mhm.
We're going to get started in just a few minutes.
Familiar. Familiar, right.
All right, good evening. Are we live stream?
We're live streaming
Oh.
and recording and you're ready to go.
All right, awesome. I want to welcome everybody to this evening's Thursday, December 15th, Human Affairs and Racial Conciliation Commission meeting. I'm going to call this meeting to order, and I'm going to take a moment of silence as well. Thank you. Hopefully everyone is doing well out there. I know we have some folks joining by Zoom, and I believe Jerry's also going to be joining us at some point. But when he does, just want to let everyone know it's his birthday today. So I want to wish him a happy birthday. I'd like to make a motion to approve our current agenda. Is there a motion to approve this evening's agenda?
So move.
Moved and properly seconded. All in favor of approving this evening's agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No, none of, yes, sir. Sure. Not that I'm aware of. We've been doing that since we started, so we don't need to. Published? We don't need to approve it. Thank you for that, Mayor. Thank you. That'll save us some time. With that procedural clarification, thank you, Mayor. We are moving on to our public comment period. Is there anybody here in the chamber, which I don't see, or out there that would like to speak regarding tonight's meeting? Anybody? Hearing none, we are going to then move to item number 5, which is the approval of the minutes from the 11/17/22 meeting, which I do believe we have to approve.
We are going to be deferring those today. We sent an email. We're just deferring them until the next one.
Got it. So we're moving right along here. Next up is comments from our mayor.
Mr. Mayor, just a reminder, your mic.
Yeah, I just put my mic on. Just thanking you all for letting me join you and wishing everyone a happy holiday. It's seems like a good time for conciliation in the community. Everyone's in the holiday spirit. I'm just here really to listen today, see how y'all are doing, see if there's anything you need from me or I did want to, I guess it's later on in the agenda, the commission vacancies. So I'll go ahead and address that if, from my perspective, if I may. I think I've reached out to one individual who would be appointed by me, given that a council member never filled the position. And the only catch was he would be an excellent choice, but his only catch was he had a time conflict. Are we locked in on this time, day? He had another commitment that was what was it, the third Thursday of each?
Yes, the third Thursday, he actually leads a board meeting. So that was his only issue. Otherwise, he's very interested.
Yeah.
To your question, Mayor, we were going to address that in number 9 regarding the pleasure of the commission, whether we can change that third Thursday date.
Okay.
So
Just if you do, I wouldn't do it just for maybe this sake, but then I think he'd be able to serve. And I don't mind sharing, it's Reverend Adam Shoemaker. He's the pastor at St. Stephen's Church. And he's also took on the responsibility, which made him a little hesitant, but he'll be the co-chair of CAJM for this coming year as well. And then I'm waiting on one other council member who has been proactively seeking an appointment to the commission, but hadn't gotten an approval yet or a agreement. So if that doesn't happen pretty soon, I'll come forward with one additional recommendation. But other than that, I just want to thank everyone and listen in and see how it was going and see if there was anything y'all needed me for.
thank you, Mayor.
Yes, sir.
And just for the record, Reverend Shoemaker would be an awesome member in addition to our commission. He's actually my reverend at St. Stephen's.
Okay.
So I did have a chance to chat with him after you called. So we'll have that discussion whether the pleasure of this commission wants to move our date. But I just will say that he would be a wonderful addition to the commission. Hark managers update. Adrian Swinton, you're next.
Quick question. Did he recommend any other alternative dates?
Um,
Would be good for him.
he, my conversation with him was that was the only date he was not available was that third Thursday because he is, so I think we've got some flexibility.
Yeah, and I can confirm that as well. That's what he related to me as well. It was just that third Thursday. So thank you, Jason. And I want to give a brief update. Thank you to everyone who were online and those I know I saw a couple of our commissioners at the mayor roundtable with the treasurer. So I want to thank everyone for attending that because we know financial empowerment is one of our focal points at this given period. The equity core group we did in the year with things that we have done and our goals, which we want to accomplish through the 23 year. They're also looking for a date when Hark can come and, you know, be introduced to those who are working in that core group. And on last Saturday, I did a presentation, Cultivating an Inclusive Culture, that was for the minority women in business. And we had that at LLF. I also am on the innovation team here at the city, and that is led by Tracy McKee. And just making sure that when flooding happens, seeing all the resources that are equitably distributed to our population, those who are in vulnerable areas who live in those neighborhoods. And so we're working on initiatives with that, utilizing some things that the city already has in place, such as the alert systems. And also I had a meeting with the procedural justice and the leadership of CPD. We have a new procedural justice officer, which is Julian Edson, and me and her have a standing meeting because some of the work also intersects when it comes to what we're doing with the commission with the criminal justice reform. I'm also on the steering committee for Charleston Metro Chamber of Commerce when they have the DEI 2023. So that's in the infancy stages, and I'll send out information about that as well. This will be the first that they're having in Charleston. And that concludes my report. If there's any questions.
Thank you, Adrian. Any questions for Adrian? I do have
I
one
have a question.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Is there an opportunity for any of us to participate in the DNI 2023?
Sure, yes. So I'm on the steering committee, but I can easily get you involved as well. I will send out all the information.
And you'll send that out to the entire commission?
I sure will.
Cool, thank you. One thing I did want to mention, there's someone in a similar role that you're in, Brandon
Mhm.
Blake with the Charleston County School District.
Yep.
She's relatively new. Have you had a chance to chat with her yet?
I have.
Good. Good.
We've had lunch and everything
Well,
else.
good. That's awesome.
Yes. Any other questions?
I'm happy to know that the CPD has
Mhm.
hired a new procedural justice manager. Is that her position?
Yes.
So, have you seen her work plan? What is she?
I have not. We did introductions, but I do have a meeting scheduled with her next week.
Great.
So that way we'll see what the work plans.
Expecting there'll be a lot of synergy there.
Mhm. Thank you.
Thanks, Adrian. Thanks, Carol, for that question. Next up is our approval of the HARC progress report. So just to set a little bit of context, if you all recall, when the permanent commission was made permanent, one of the deliverables was to deliver a progress report. Although it was amended, the progress report is due in December. So council members, you should be receiving a progress report that will approve this evening. It was distributed to the full commission on Tuesday night. So council members that are out there that are listening, I think it's probably just Stephen and myself. You will receive that report on Tuesday, and then with the hope that we will come back in January and present a little more in-depth regarding some of the recommendations and our progress. But just wanted to share that with you. I'm going to turn it over to Adrian.
Yeah, and just to piggyback off of what Jason said, so when we're actually going to present to council is January 24th. So I would strongly encourage that every commissioner is here for that meeting.
And that'll be part of the regular conduct of business.
Yes, we should be on the agenda.
So commissioners, you all have received a copy of that progress report. Can you let me know if you haven't received it? I see Stephen. Anyone else out there? Can't see anyone else, but. Is Carol still with us? Looks like.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just want to make a motion tonight that we approve that report to be distributed to next Tuesday's council meeting. Any discussion on that?
I'll second your motion, Chairman.
All right, the motion has been seconded. All those in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. So Adrian, we've got our marching orders to get that out on Tuesday evening. Any other discussion on that?
I can get you.
You have it, Carol?
You can have mine. I have it on my hard drive. Well, I don't really have any discussion because I did want to congratulate ourselves, Adrienne especially, as she framed out the work that we've been doing with our working groups, as we agreed that we wanted to prioritize 3, but I think that there are synergies that we're already discovering that we can't just really work across what the special report called the chapter topics that mirrored the disparities that had been topics of disparities that had been statistically cataloged and studied by the Avery Center for that 15-year period in Charleston, the early 2000s to 2015. So I'm personally encouraged as a, longstanding advocate for having a body like ours to be looking for the opportunities where we can try to either convene or assist with the challenges of trying to plan in a community like ours that, we're not going to leave any stones unturned to make sure that, as Adrienne was just saying in her work with the flood staff committee, that looking for the places where we would normally be making a working plan for the city to spend money and staff time and all of that, that we're going to bend over backwards to make sure that it's all inclusive for all the areas of the city or all the peoples of the city. So I like the way that the report reflects sort of that iterative work that we have done in a very short time. And I like the bullets because people like to read bullets. So I think, we have a good product to turn into the council.
Thank you, Carol. My comments are real simply, thank you, Adrienne, for the work and, cobbling it together with the other commissioners. I know you all met separately from this commission meeting. So I just want to say thank you for giving up your time for those meetings. And this was part of our original plan, which was to break the three focus areas, which were economic empowerment, criminal justice reform, and then housing and mobility. Those are the three groups that did meet. So just as a path forward for folks that are listening and for other fellow commission members, we will focus on the other four focus areas from the special commission in the spring, and we'll do the same thing, which we'll look at those recommendations, start taking those recommendations and prioritizing them. So for those listening, the recommendations that we're going to put forth from the economic empowerment, criminal justice, and housing and mobility, those will start landing on agendas for our standing committees. That is the kind of the legislative strategy that we want to take, and Adrienne will be very involved in that, as well as this commission. So as we start talking from theory to action, we will see the spring on some of our standing committee agenda items, some of these items. So just want to let those know in the public, as well as fellow council members. And I would ask the mayor, I'm not going to be here on Tuesday night. So if you could mention that there is a path forward in the process over the next, 6 months, and Adrienne will be there as well.
I already sent you an email so that you can see.
I just want to let council members know that these recommendations will start percolating some of our standing committee agendas for discussion. Thank you, Mayor. Any other questions regarding the progress report? Moving on is our commission vacancies. I know the mayor had talked about one vacancy in particular, and I think we're waiting on another council member to confirm whether that vacancy is available. But those are the two vacancies we have right now for the commission. The discussion point that we need to have tonight, if possible, is our current schedule is the third Thursday of the month. Is there an appetite from the commission to potentially amend that? Could be a different day and it could be a different week. The one individual shared with me that he was not available the third Thursday, but had some additional open availability the rest of the month. So I'd leave it up for discussion from our commission. Yes,
What
Bob?
about the second Thursday?
So second Thursday at 5 o'clock. Folks on Zoom and virtual, Carol, Stephen,
Yeah, I like that.
Connie, and Sharon, any thoughts?
Yeah. No, I like that. I happen to like a Thursday at 5. It personally, just to get downtown, it just makes it simpler for me. So that's totally selfish, but I like that.
So the
You're not
option on the
allowed.
table right now is the second Thursday. Just want to make sure that Carol and Bonnie, you're good?
That's fine with me.
Okay.
Councilmember Seeking still teach at CMC, doesn't he do evening class? We never did that.
Carol, any thoughts?
I think that'll work for me. So yeah, I think I can do that.
Okay. Anyone else out there in virtual land? Elvin, Carol?
It's fine for me. Thursdays are good.
Yeah, that
Okay.
works for me too.
Okay.
I would just like to have this chamber as full as possible with commission members.
Right.
So whatever date we pick, and I know it's, yes, I have been guilty before of calling in from football, from soccer practice and cheer practice. I get it. People have things to do in the evenings, but there's just something about being present and being with each other. So whatever date that we pick, I just want to be sure that we can have as many people here as possible. So yeah, I'm okay for the move.
Thank you, Elvin, for those comments. I just want to echo Elvin's comments. We are right from the get, we had shared with everybody that this is a time commitment. And we know you all have done extremely good work so far, basically, getting this hard progress report. So I want to thank you for that. But the date that we do pick, it is, imperative that we try to maintain some sort of in-person meeting. I realize folks have busy lives, but there is a synergy and a benefit from seeing each other and talking to each other before the meeting and after the meeting. So just want to echo Elvin's comments on that. And Mayor?
Mr. Chairman, just checking my calendar. I don't really see it as a conflict, but just to let you know, it appears there's a standing committee meeting at 4 o'clock on the second Thursday. That's a human resources committee of council.
Thank you.
So if you had a council member who's on that, they might just be late.
Is it in the chamber?
It's not in the
Oh,
chamber.
okay, good.
No, we normally have that over at 2 George Street.
Okay.
So that's now a monthly meeting.
I don't think Stephen's
It
on
used to
that
be.
committee
I don't think he
or
is.
Mike. So I don't,
Okay.
shouldn't impact anybody on there now, but
Thank you,
just
Mayor.
for the record.
So with that, it looks like that second Thursday, 5 o'clock works for everybody. Can I have a motion to approve that?
Real quick.
Yeah.
When will this go into effect? Is this
Good
for the
question.
next meeting or?
That's a great question. So our next meeting is scheduled, would be, let's see, third Thursday in January, correct? So I'll leave it up to the pleasure of the commission. Do we want to do it? You want to make this in January or February? Okay, so let's just make this starting in January, our second Thursday at 5 o'clock. It might give him some time to adjust his schedule if need be. So, yeah, so it'll be January 12th. Second Thursday at 5 o'clock. Can I hear a motion to approve that change? All right. I just need, and thank you, Bobby. And a second.
A second.
All right, thank you. That motion has been properly seconded. All in favor of making a change to our meeting schedule, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Hearing none, that motion passes. We will be meeting on the second Thursday of the month. Next meeting will be January 12th, 2023. Next up is our election of officers. As you all know, just as a reminder, myself and co-chair Jerry were elected as interims for, I believe, the period of, I can't remember if it was 6 or 9 months, but that interim period is up, I believe, this month. So I just want to leave it open for discussion or any motions regarding that.
Chair, I move that we extend the term of our co-chairs, if not till the end of next year, at least till July of 2023. I would prefer to have it to the end of next year.
Any other discussion? Elvin?
Yeah, so real quick, is it okay if we open up the floor to any other member who may be, considering wanting to chair potentially? I'm not saying that that's me, but just to give everybody
Yeah.
an opportunity.
Carol or Bonnie? Sharon? I'm not sure if Steven's on anymore. Well, with that, I would opt, I would prefer to stay for the remainder of my council term, which ends in January of 24. So if I may ask, pleasure of the commission to have myself and Jerry on till at least December of 23 or January 24. So at least another year. Let's just say December 23. Yeah.
Great.
Any other discussion on that? I hear a motion to approve that,
Yes. Allow it.
to extend myself and co-chair Harris for another year.
The whole position is through December of
23, that's correct.
second.
All right. Motion's been properly seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Hearing none, that motion does pass. And to extend myself and Mr. Harris till December 2023 as co-chairs. We are moving fast and furious tonight. Adrian, yeah. I'm going to turn it over to Adrian for our dates for our equity workshop that we've been feverishly trying to plan for a while.
Yes, so we have equity workshops that have been approved. We have funding approved for it as well. The commissioners mentioned that they wanted to make sure that it was held on a Saturday due to everyone's work schedule. So have that in place. The dates are the second Saturday of the month, and we will start in February. So those dates are February 11th, March 11th, and April 8th. I will also incorporate this in an email.
Tell us something about the workshop.
Absolutely. So the workshop would entail a didactic portion. This is a 3-series workshop, so it's where we are, where we're looking to go, and how we can be professionally developed as a commission. And it's also an interactive portion with team building. And I could also send you that workshop. There is a worksheet that has a contract on the front of it, so I can send that out as well.
What's the name of that?
It's Good Stop Consulting. And for those who were on the special commissions, it's Dr. Kimberly Butler Willis. She, along with two other of her colleagues, will be doing it.
Along with her?
They're 90 minutes. And so the workshops will also happen here in council chambers so that we have technology.
So it'll be 3 90-minute sessions.
Yes.
Gotcha. Thank you for that. Any questions from commission members? Bonnie?
Will you say those dates one more time so I can get them on the
Sure.
calendar?
Yep, sure. It's February 11th, March 11th, April 8th.
Do we have a time?
9 o'clock.
Is there a time, Adrian?
There isn't a time confirmed yet. I'll send out a poll, but those are the days.
Okay, thank you for getting this done.
Yes.
Will there be room for anyone else outside of our commission? Other council members potentially?
We can open the invitation to
Okay.
council members.
All right. Thank you. Any questions about, Bonnie, go ahead.
I suggest that since it's a team building activity, we might want to talk to the people presenting the workshops before we allow others in. It may be important to them to have or not have extra people.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think that's smart.
Thank you.
Any additional questions or concerns regarding the equity workshop dates? All right, moving on, open discussion. Adrian, is there anything you have for us? Mayor, Bob, Elvin? Those out in virtual world, anything for us? It's open discussion.
I actually have one more about the workshop. Passover is April 8th. And so I don't know how that might affect, I don't know if anybody celebrates Passover who's on the commission, but that would be important to find out from them if that works.
Well, thank you, Bonnie. I'll make sure to keep that at the forefront. And even if we need to move that last date, we'll move it in order to recognize the Passover.
Thank you for that, Bonnie. Anyone else? Anyone else? All right, I think with that, we are coming to the tail end of our meeting. If there's no additional business to come before this evening's commission meeting, this meeting is adjourned. I just want to say thank you and have a happy holiday to everyone. If you're traveling, please be safe. This meeting is adjourned.
Thank you. Happy